Hello everyone and welcome. A few weeks back I made a Harbor Freight top new tools for 2024 video. And in that video I discussed the new Icon smoke machine from Harbor Freight. I mentioned that I thought that the Icon smoke machine was just too big and too expensive. I mentioned that I tested an Ancel smoke machine before that was much smaller and cheaper. Well, after making that video, I wanted to prove my point even further, so I decided to get this even smaller and cheaper smoke machine from Ancel. This smoke machine is perfect for the pro or the DIYer that doesn't have a huge wallet and wants to get an inexpensive smoke machine that does the job at a fraction of the price of what many other smoke machines cost on the market. So if you've been looking for a compact and inexpensive smoke machine for doing diagnosing on your vehicle, stick around as I unbox and test this new smoke machine from Ancel. Alright guys, so when you unbox this puppy, this is everything you get. So let's talk a little bit about some of the features that this guy has. But before we get started testing this guy, do me a big favor and hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. That way you get notified every time I do another product review video, DIY project, or a sale at a big box store where I can help you guys save even more money. Alright, so this is the Ancel S110 smoke machine and leak detector, available on Amazon, link in description below. At the time of making this video, this little guy retails for $129.99, $130. But they do have a $13 discount coupon on their Amazon page, bringing it down to around $116, which is very affordable when you compare it to the Icon smoke machine from Harbor Freight, which is over $500. The warranty on this guy is 1 year, and what do you get included when you unbox this guy? Well, you get the smoke machine itself, you get the power cable to power it up, you get hoses and so forth, fittings, all this kind of good stuff to hook it up to your vehicle, and the owner's manual tells you everything about this guy, how to take care of it, how to use it, all that kind of good stuff. The dimensions of this guy are very, very compact. You're looking at 3.5 inches by 7 inches by 3 inches in thickness, and it only weighs 2 pounds. This is a 2-in-1 leak detector because it allows you to do both air or smoke testing. With this machine, you can find leaks using either air alone or air and smoke. This unit has a built-in regulator that limits the pressure to only a half a PSI, making sure that you won't cause any damage to any of your vehicle systems. This unit is perfect for detecting evap leak test, finding intake system leaks, exhaust system leaks, intercooler leaks, oil system coolant, and many more. Whatever your imagination could come up with, this guy can help you find a leak somewhere. This smoke machine is so compact and lightweight that it won't take up much room in your shop. Plus, this little guy is also affordable enough that any pro or DIYer can afford it. You don't need to spend $500 or more for the Icon smoke machine from Harbor Freight to do basic smoke leak detecting on your vehicle. For most of my audience, which are DIYers, I think this is an equally effective but much more affordable alternative. Now, this machine does not have a built-in air pump, so you have to supply the air to get this guy to work. But that is a small trade-off for saving a lot of money. And I know I hear some of you guys commenting, but wait a minute, I don't have an air compressor.
Good news, everyone.
No air compressor? No problem. This little guy only needs a half a PSI to work. You can use a hand air pump if you have one, or if you have an electric tire inflator. Most DIYers have tire inflators to fill their tires. That tire inflator that you already own can create the air pressure that this little guy needs.
What?
So if you've been putting off getting a smoke machine because you thought they were too expensive, here's an affordable and compact alternative that will suit your budget and not take up a lot of room in your shop. So let's hook this guy up and see how it performs. Alright guys, so let's take a little closer look at this little smoke machine and I'll show you exactly how compact this guy really is. I mean, look at it. It is tiny. It really is tiny compared to a lot of the other smoke machines out there. Very, very practical for DIYers that you don't have a lot of room and you don't have a lot of place to store big, bulky stuff. And like I said, it is only about $100 and something, really a small amount for a smoke machine, professional quality smoke machine from a good name brand, because I have several products from Ancel. They've never let me down. So let's talk a little bit about how to set this guy up and everything that it brings. It brings off here are two adapters, two different size adapters for the air inlet. So if you want to use a compressor, you can use this guy with no trouble at all. And they basically hook up to this side right here. You just screw them in right there, and that's how you hook up the air pump. And like I say, you can set up a plastic hose on here, a hose like this, let's say. Let's say any kind of plastic hose that you have, you can adapt it onto there, and you can use a hand air pump or a tire inflator or any of that kind of stuff if you don't have a big, powerful air compressor. But even the tiniest little pancake air compressor will put out enough air to get this guy to work. So if you have a really small air compressor, hot dog, pancake, any of those really tiny ones, remember, it doesn't take up a lot of PSI. You just need the flow to get it to keep on moving. So anything that will pump air will do the job just fine. So don't be concerned about that aspect. So this is the regulator here on the front, and this tells you the pressure that you're building and how much smoke and so forth is going into your system. And there you go, a nice clear display with some numbers on it telling you exactly what is going on, and that is how you control it and regulate it right there. You control the flow of what's going out through there. And that's it on this side. On this side over here, you have the air inlet. Nothing much on the bottom, just venting. On the back here, you have this strap so you can put the hose right here. When you're done using it, you just put it on that strap and you keep it all together when you're storing it away. That way it's all together and you don't lose it and it doesn't get separated. So that is a Velcro strap that you untie, and then you can basically hook that guy up. See, you just untie it, hook that guy on there, and you're good to go. Now this right here is your reading. You can see your sight glass right there for the baby oil, because that's all you need to get this guy to make smoke. It's just common, ordinary baby oil. And you put that up in here. There is your opening right there. And you put your baby oil in there, and you just keep on going. And it brings a hook for you so you can hook it up to the hood of your car, and that way you have it hanging when you're using it. Back here, there is your power button. Turn it on and off, and you get that guy going. Right there is where you hook up the power cables, and these guys here are your power cables. That is the connector, and you hook these guys up to your battery. So that's how easy that is. And right there is where you hook up your hose for the making the smoke. This guy right here, you hook that up right there. That's how easy it is to do that. So very compact, lightweight, easy to use, nothing complicated, super easy peasy. Anybody can use this little guy to diagnose any kind of a leak that they have anywhere on their vehicle. And this hose is an adapter for your EVAP system. You hook this guy onto there, and that way you hook up this smoke hose right here. You hook it onto there, and this guy screws onto your EVAP connector. And this guy is for accessing your EVAP so you can open it up and so forth. And this little funnel is so you can put the baby oil into this machine right there. So it brings everything you need to be able to keep on going and do whatever it is you need to do and test any system that you have. Find a leak somewhere, this guy can help you do it. So let's go set it up and see how much smoke this guy can produce. All right, guys, here we have the Ancel S110 smoke leak detector hooked up and ready to go. See, I have it hanging right there from the hood of my car, and I have it hooked up with the air hose. I do have an air compressor, so I'm going to use the air hose just the way it's supposed to be used. But if you don't have an air hose, like I said, if you want to use a hand pump or a tire inflator or any of that kind of stuff, you can modify it very easily, and it'll hook up to there without any problem at all. And like I said, this guy does not need a lot of pressure, only 1/2 PSI. And this is the regulator right here that controls the amount of smoke that you're going to be putting out. I have it closed off right now because we're not producing any smoke. And I have it full of baby oil, but I need to turn it on to get it to start doing its thing and cooking that baby oil to create some smoke. And we're going to see exactly how long it takes to actually start producing smoke. And I have it hooked up to the battery back there. And to give you a little bit of information, since I unpacked everything, I decided to measure it. And the power cord that we have right here, this power cord is about 8 feet long, 100 inches. So a little bit over 8 feet long. So that gives you plenty of room to hook this guy up anywhere you need to go. The smoke hose, this guy that comes with it, is also 100 inches, so about a little bit over 8 feet long. So that'll give you plenty of maneuverability anywhere you need to go. Now, as far as a leak and so forth, I don't have any leaks in this vehicle that I need to hunt down. So I literally need to create a leak for you guys for the demonstration of the video. So that's what I'm going to do with this guy. I created a leak by taking that off of there. let's say you had some random misfire error kind of situation going on. Your OBD2 light comes on and it tells you that the airflow mixture is not right or something like that. And you don't know if it's maybe this hose is getting extra air because there's a crack or something in it and you need to hunt that down. Well, pumping it up with smoke will tell you if there's a crack somewhere in this hose. Or let's say you have a random oil leak back there on the valve covers. You don't know exactly where it's coming from. You got oil everywhere back there. Well, hooking up the smoke machine to this little guy that basically would pressurize the valve covers with smoke, then you can see exactly where it's leaking out of. So there's a numerous amount of different things you can do with a smoke machine to find leaks anywhere. So whatever your imagination can come up with, this little guy can help you do it. So let's crank it up and see how quickly it creates smoke, and then we'll turn this guy on and see what it does from that. So let me turn it on the back here, and there you see the power switch. Turn that on. So right now, oh, and let me actually make it produce smoke. Open this guy up and see how quickly will it make smoke. Let's see. Wow, look at that. It only took like 3 seconds, 4 seconds. That's it. Wow. Look at all that smoke that this guy cranks out. That is a lot with only half a PSI of air going into there. That's a lot of smoke coming out of there. So let's crank this guy up in here. And there we go. And see how quickly we start seeing smoke coming out over there. And well, look at that. You can see it already. I can see it right there. Hopefully the camera is showing it. So if you had a leak in this system, see, it's already filling it up very, very quickly. You can see it in there. And that's how quickly this guy will identify if you have a leak somewhere. So it works. Look at that. It really is bellowing out of there because it creates a little bit of pressure in there, and you really see it coming out of there. That is a lot of smoke. That is really a good amount of smoke coming out of there. See it in there? Oh, I know it's a little hard against the silver body right there, but that is a lot of smoke that it is setting up inside there. If you have a leak, all you got to do is let this run for a few minutes, and it will really start to pour out of there. And it is going in towards the throttle body. But, you know, that is pretty much what you do with this kind of thing. See it bellowing out? That's all you do when you're looking for a leak somewhere. You let it build up pressure, and then wherever the leak is, that is exactly where it's going to be coming out. And the same thing, like I said, with this little guy over here, you could do the same thing. And you see right there? You see it all pouring out? If you had a leak there, you could actually find it, and the smoke will drop down a little bit further, so gravity will help you as far as that goes. Smoke is a little bit heavier because it's you're burning an oil. Baby oil is what you're burning to do that, so it tends to be a little heavier. So you see down there, look at all that. You can see all that smoke just pouring down because it's heavier than air. And that is how you detect a leak somewhere. Very, very easy to do. And over here, look at it. I can see it coming. That's where the intake is over here. So it's filling it all the way over to this side and coming out through the air filter. That guy goes all the way over here, over there. That's the air filter. And then it takes in air right here through the side of the fender. So you see how quickly it really filled up everything. That entire area got filled up in just a matter of less than a minute. 30 seconds, 45 seconds, something like that. It took to fill all that up. So it does a really good job. I mean, for $100, if you need to do some smoke testing and you want something really small and compact, you don't need to spend $600, like I said previously, on the Icon smoke machine. For most DIYers, I don't see a point to it. Maybe some pros, maybe if they want to spend that kind of money. But most of you guys I know don't have a wallet that big and you want to save money. So there you go. That's the Ancel. Does a really good job. Alright guys, there you have it, a review and demonstration of a compact and economical smoke machine leak detector. I think this is a great little smoke machine for the DIYer. No need to spend hundreds of dollars for a fancy expensive smoke machine for doing basic leak detection. For most DIYers, I think this is a perfect device. It does the job, it doesn't cost much, and it doesn't take up much room in your garage. For the price of one Icon smoke machine from Harbor Freight, you could buy 6 of these smoke machines from Ancel. This also makes a great gift for Father's Day, so keep that in mind if your dad is a car repair enthusiast. Check out the links below for all the details. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye-bye for now.